This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi Kilayim. And the article Oz Bahar edition is Daf Hey Omeral. And we're at the Mishnah Halacha Zayin. And in the Vilna, it is Daf Gimel Omer Aleph. You know, it's the Mishnah Halacha Zayin, Ein Mevin. And obvious where it is on the page. Halacha Zayin. Masnisin. Ein Mevin Ilan Bilan Yerek B'Yerek. This is grafting. Can't graft one sort of tree on another sort of tree. Yerek B'Yerek, one sort of vegetable, another sort of vegetable. Lo Ilan B'Yerek, not a tree on a vegetable. Yerek B'Ilan, nor a vegetable on a tree. You're the Mati Yerek B'Ilan Rabbi Yehuda, for reasons the Gemara will have to tell us, allows us to graft a vegetable onto a tree. Okay, so the Gemara says, Mechav she toss Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda seems to contradict himself. Tam Ramon notel who Adam, a person can take ma achas mi pit moshe avatiach, a seed from the stem of an avatiach, whatever an avatiach is. Ma achas mi pit moshe tapuach, and a seed from the stem of an apple. V'nosoto guma achas, and he puts them into one hole in the ground. V'misachin v'nasin kilayim, and they grow together, and they become kilayim. So it sounds like specifically the in the case of because there are two types, and you put them in the same hole, and they grow together, they become kilayim. That's what he said back there. But here he says that if you graft, it's not from kilayim. What do you mean? Why is it any different than putting the two seeds in the same hole? That you graft the yerek onto the yilon. It's more than that, because avatiach is a vegetable. It's a gourd or a squash, whatever, and a tapuach is a tree. And you see that it's kilayim to put together a vegetable and a tree. So why is it not kilayim in our Mishnah to put a vegetable grafted on top of a tree? The kol marachain, and here it says that it's okay that they don't become kilayim. So it says tamadei shenosin zebet sadzehi misach minasin kilayim. By putting them in the ground together, they fuse and become kilayim. From hacha, but here yerek b'ilanhu. They're not. One was already a tree, and the other was already a vegetable, and they don't become a tree vegetable by grafting them. There, when they fuse in the ground, and become a tree vegetable, fruit vegetable, whatever you want to call it. But here it is a vegetable grafted on a tree. Therefore, that is not going to have the problem of kilayim. It's an interesting idea of how it remains separate, even though they're grafted together. They don't truly get bonded and fused together. It's important to know, in general, kilayim is an issue of maras ayin, as we'll see throughout the Masechta. It's what things look like, and evidently, when things go together in a whole, they fuse together. They look fused together. When you graft it on, it looks like some mutant, I guess, like a vegetable on a tree. It doesn't look like a veg tree. Okay, Tani. How we know that we don't graft a tree which does not bear fruit on a tree which does bear fruit, and below eitz machol agabe eitz machol, not a tree which bears fruit on another tree which bears fruit. Meaning if it's not in the same type. Minayin, how we know this? Tamalomar es chukosai tishmaru. Those chukim, and here chukim means the laws of nature, which I made. Preserve them and don't tamper with them. Yonah Shem Kana, Rabbi Yonah, Rabbi Lezer said Kana, the Rabbi Lezer who? This is going like Rabbi Lezer. Mishum Chukim Shechakakti Ba'olami. Well, you know what? I want to go with the Ridbaz here. It's Ribaz says, or Yana said, was B'Shem Berkano, as he Mishum the cooking Shakarakti Adam Harishon. The sphere they commanded Amar, the Kilayim also Ben Noach. He also like the Kilayim was also even for non-Jews. Yosef was so it should read Rabbi Yana Lez Shem Kana, the Rabbi Lezi Mishum cooking Shakarakti Adam Harishon. So you take out Bola Mimiato Asur, just go straight to Adam Harishon. Rabbi Yossi B'Shem Rabbi Hila said Divra Kolhu. It's not just Rabbi Elazar, but it's everybody. Mishum chukukim shechakakti me'olomi. And it explains to Baz, Filam Admar the Mutter Kilayim Ben Noach, even according to opinion that Kilayim is okay for a non-Jew, Mishum chukim shechakakti me'olomi, because of chukim shechakakti me'olomi, it's the laws I made, not the laws of nature. In other words, not the laws made for Adam Marisha, which I don't know, the laws of nature is probably the wrong term. Not the laws which are intrinsic in the Bria from the Rishon, but it's the laws that Hashem made when He gave us the Torah. Me'ata, if that's the case, also I keep let it be also to graft a white fig, a black fig on a white fig. Chulei. God says, "Mitevas me'ata also I keep teina. Yishtabei mizeh gam le'el tevas me'ata also adam rishon." So he says that that's the me'ata also above comes from this me'ata also below. Okay. Rabbi Avin said, "Lo mikilei begadim lamadata." Did you not learn from kilei begadim? Ma kilei begadim started to shnei minim. Kilei begadim shan is there's two different types. Lo zemi means zev, lo zemi means that, and never the twain shall meet. Not this type, this type, this type, that type. Ach kilayim so started to makom. Lo zemi means zev, lo zemi means that. It's got to be two different types. One type, different colors, doesn't work. Is not a kilayim. Time shem Elazar. One name of Elazar. Ben Noach, Mutter who goy, Lizua Levosh Kilayim. A goy is allowed to plant and wear Kilayim. Avlo Abir Behemto Kilayim, but not to mate animals with Kilayim. Vlo Ilano Kilayim, nor to graft trees as Kilayim. Lama Minesh Kasuv Bahen Liminaim. So Gemara asks, why is that? Because it says Liminaim. If that's the case, I read the Shoyin Kasi Bahen Liminaim. By grasses also says Liminaim. So there should be also in Kilei's Roim as well. Yet you're saying the guy is allowed to plant and to wear. So the Gemara the Brad Bas sorry says Parade the Shunk Siba and Gankin Minam Mushani it says Enk Siba Tiva El Botsa. So the answer is because it says Enk Siba Tiva El Botsa, and that's period. In other words, it doesn't say in the command, it's famous Rashi and Chumash, that the Shoim Nasu Chavachomer Ba'atzmam. Say, well, if the trees said told me name, so we should also be the name. So, but it's not in the tzivui, it wasn't in the command. So therefore, it's the Kilei's Roim are mutter to B'nai Noach, because no command of Liminayim by them. So now the Ridbaz takes the next words, V'im Kain. He says it was in Yutar. Superfluous. It's not run on from what I said previously. I did the mask saw once it mentions the command and the actual growth, which happened afterwards. Mentions all this agadata. The earth was cursed because of a distinction between the command and the actual execution. Okay, Lamed Sky Ochitz. Rabbi Yehuda Bar Shomar Aidei Avag Zerosim Shel Kodesh Baruch Hu. It violated the Zeros of Hashem. Tatshe Arts Desh Ezeb Mazriya Zera. And then it says the Rashi and Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky throw in, and that's not the Iker issue here, but the Iker issue is Ve'etz Pri V'chulei. And it's supposed to make eitz pri, which means that and this brought down also in Rashi and Chumash, that the wood was supposed to taste like the fruit, right? If you lost a you didn't do it. The wood makes fruit, but didn't have the taste of the fruit, and therefore it was punished. It protested against its command. Vosifa ilane srak. and it produced trees which are not according to their, which don't produce anything. Uh, so the Reb Chaim Kanievsky learns that not shemacha b'tzivuyah, amar samcha b'tzivuyah, v'osifa learning Yisrak is not the land did not sin by having learned Yisrak. It added on. It was mahader. It was learned Yisrak besides regular trees, and according to that, it's there's no aver involved. So we thought that lamed kal oretz means that the earth was cursed. Um, uh, uh, even well, I guess the Pnei Moshe says so why is it cursed? And it says that it was cursed because it ate spree, not ate, and it wasn't ate spree, it's ate osa pri. And now comes along, Rabbeinu says some That was a sin, but the fact that it added Yulan Srak was not a sin. If you learn it's Shemacha, so then it is a sin. Because it say, you know what, I don't want to produce just fruit bearing trees. I produce Yulan Srak as well. And the Shar Eretz Yisrael has a girsa instead of Samcha, Shinsa. It changed. And that also would be considered Haver. It changed what it was supposed to do. Okay. Al Daiti Rabbi Yehuda B'Shalom. So according to Rabbi Yehuda B'Shalom, I understand. Yafis Kalords. Makes sense. The land was cursed because it deviated from its tibui. Al Daiti Rabbi Pinchas Lama the Kniskala Oretz. So according to Rabbi Pinchas, why was it over? And that really sounds like Reb Chaim's girsa, because the name in the Pnei Moshe also said that lo arvel samcha b'tzivuya, tosiva b'otzir gam milan esrak shetzilin tashvish adam leitzim ebinyan. So why was it punished? So the answer is Inish Damar Lit Pisa the Kain Enak. The Pnei Moshe explains Aruri Mashadayim. This breast should be cursed. Shekain Yonku v'Gadlu Gidul Sheino Tov. They cause something to grow which is not good. And the land was therefore cursed because of man. So he's assuming that the land was cursed because later on man, which Rashi also brings down in Chumash, later on man came and deviated from his tzibui. So the land was cursed on that account already beforehand, retroactively, because Adam's later Bechira had a Hashpah already before his Aveir took place, and it deviated. But again, if you learn like me, and again, Chaim doesn't learn that way, but I think Shar Torah does learn that way. So why did it sin? Well, what was the sin according to the assumption that it produced Ilan Esrak? The sin is that it says, "Lit biza the king enak." Cursed are the breasts that nursed this. In other words, they produced something barren, and they shouldn't have produced something barren which doesn't grow fruit. V'asya kai Rabbi Rabbi. Just check over something here. According to the pshat here, at the conventional pshat, my pshat, I guess, that why does it mean aru adama ba'avurecha if the samcha be in tzivuya? So it's like since Adam sinned, so therefore we cursed also his progenitors, like when we cursed the mother provides the milk for Russia. Interesting that the Gra's girsa is samcha b'tzivuya v'osifa, and he takes out the words Ilan Esrak, and the article brings down. There's a measure which says that that it made that at the time before the Klola, even the what later became Ilan Esrak produced Peros. It was only after the Klola of Adam Rishon that they stopped producing. That the Ilan Esrak stopped producing Peros. So according to this, Samcha Tzivuya and Hosifa is not was mostly Ilan Esrak, but Adarabba. Then there were no Ilon Israk. Ilon Israk were only as a result of the Chet later on, and that was part of the punishment for Adam Rishon. Okay, we're already well involved on Aleph, so certainly it's a good place to stop. No, let's not stop here. Let's go to the two dots. Kai Rabbi Rasi Kai Rabbi Nosson is going to Rabbi Nosson Shlosha Nicholas Uladin Farba Yitzum Kulalim. According to this pshat, and looking less and less like me and the Shaitor are so correct about this, but according to this to be Shemach or Shinsa, but according because it sounds quite clearly like that was not a sin, because it says here that 3 came into din and 4 went in Kulalim. 3 came into din were Adam Chav and Nachash, and 4 came out cursed because the land was cursed as well. So it's interesting because it's not like the Bavli or the Rashi and Chumash where it says that the land sinned and therefore, as a result of Adam sinning, and therefore it's cursed retroactively. No, here it's saying that the land didn't sin, but it's cursed retroactively. It was cursed either from the time of Adam Rishon or, but it's more mashmir, retroactively because of the sin. No, sorry. From the Bavli, it sounds like from the other. I don't know where it is in the Bavli, but maybe it's just in the Medrash that which Rashi brings down that it's the earth did sin. The sin of the earth was a precursor which was caused retroactively by the sin of Adam Rishon. Therefore, the earth was cursed. Here it's mashma that the earth didn't sin. Nevertheless, it was cursed because Adam Rishon sinned. It's a difference in that whether the earth also sinned, and therefore it was, but it sinned because of Adam Rishon's sin later on, because Adam Rishon's later sin had an impact even before he actually did the sin, and therefore the land was cursed because it was over that Avera, or that's the Eitz Pri Osa Pri thing, or that's not the Bavli. What is it, the Bavli? It's the other pshat in Yerushalmi. That's the Eitz Pri Osa Pri thing. Then it did sin according to the other pshat. It didn't sin at all, but it was cursed at the retroactive. It was cursed either from the time of Adam Rishon, or perhaps even retroactively. I'm not sure now. We'd have to say retroactively according to this. No, I'm thinking out loud. Would say it was or at the time of the Chet of Adam Rishon, and that's what it means. 3 came in, and 4 came out cursed, because the land was also cursed at that time. You could say it's retroactively on that account of from the time of I guess if you chorus Ilon Israk, not like the Gra, then you could say it is retroactively. No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, could learn out the Gemara very well. It's talking about that it was cursed at the time of the Rishon, and there was no retroactive curse, no retroactive sin. Everything was because of the Rishon and the cursing the breast from which he nursed, so to speak. And now we have to 2 dots, and we will stop.